What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to My Chess Journey, episode 31. In the last episode, we finally made it to 700, and I'm super pumped about that. I want to take a minute and thank each one of you guys who watched that last video, who left a comment, who left a like on the video. That really helps get exposure on that video and get my channel out to more people, so I thank you guys very, very much for taking the time to do that. Um, it's much appreciated because I'm just your average dude, just hanging out playing chess on YouTube. So, um, and a lot of my videos are like, they get like an okay amount of views, like per my subscriber count. So, um, but not too many of my videos actually get over 100 views like that one did. So that was really cool. So, thank you again for doing that. Today we're in the 700s, and with that being said, we can expect competition to be much more fierce, much more challenging. But we're going to go out there, and I'm going to give it my best effort no matter what. And at the end of the day, like we always say around here, it's all about having fun with playing chess. You know, it's awesome to win, you know, and you don't want to lose. But at the end of the day, if you do lose, it's okay. It's just about going out there, playing your best chess that you can, and having fun. So we'll hop right into it here. We'll see who we get, and we will be playing black. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Playing some Scandinavian. Interesting. So this kind of brings up an interesting thing. I think we're going to do that. This is kind of like a reverse. It's kind of like a. I'm just thinking here. This is a very interesting game so far. I don't know why the pieces aren't being shown up here for whatever reason, so I apologize for that. You guys can't really see what's going on in that regard, so. Alright. So we'll take this. I know I haven't been saying a whole lot. I've just been kind of zoning out here. That's covered. We could just take his pawn for free here, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take his pawn for free here. Threaten the knight. If he takes with the knight, we take back with the pawn. If he takes with the queen, we take his queen with our king. All right. Trying to think if I should just take this. I think I will. I'm just gonna take it. He'll take back probably. Yeah. That's fine. We set up with this pawn to block it. We could probably castle here now. Castling's probably fine. As I say that, I switch my pieces around. We'll defend the pawn with our other pawn. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity here to castle. King side. We are +1 on material. You can finally see something in the bottom of the screen there. So we'll go in castle now. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. If he takes that... I'm going to go here. Move the queen up. two spots, try to protect the pawn, but also keep our d-file pawn protected as well. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and do this real quick, threaten him with my castle. Because we got our queen here to defend it, but we also got our other castle lined up. Alright, so let's play this out hypothetically, okay? Let's play this out. So if we take his queen, he takes with a pawn. We're gonna be in an endgame then. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it, okay? So we'll do that. He'll do that, yep. And then we go here to defend the pawn. He goes there, that's fine. We will continue to push. We will... We will push our king. Push our king again. Go here. Okay. So that's all blocked off. That's blocked off. Everything's pretty much blocked at this point. We're just escorting our pieces across the board here. We'll bring the pawn up here from F7 to F5. All right. Just trying to think here. Let's go. If he brings the rook, let's go here. Push this pawn up. Okay. Go back here. Bring this pawn up. Okay. I'm just not talking because I really want to think here. I really gotta think about this. If I go here to check the king, he'll take this pawn. Then if I push this pawn, he would promote. Not really sure what to do. I know I'm not saying much. That's because I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how to navigate this. Yeah, he's got this game, guys. It doesn't. He's got it. It doesn't matter. That's tough too, because we're gonna lose 11 points. I'm just trying to stay alive as long as I can. It's definitely an L in this one. All right. Dang. All right. Sorry, guys. Couldn't get the win there. Check out the game review here. See where we went wrong. That game is interesting. I don't know why it was. If we won or lost, it was 11 points if we won and 11 points if we lost. So that was kind of heavy on the total there. So I don't know. We played with a 72.8% accuracy, not bad. They played with a 77.1. 0 brilliant moves by either of us. They had 2 great moves. We had none. We had 28 best moves. They had 27. We had 4 mistakes. They had 1. We had 1 miss. They had 2. And we had the 1 blunder. They had none. We played like a 700. They played like a 1250. Their opening accuracy, 93.2. Our opening accuracy, 97.2. So our opening was actually was better, almost perfect. Middle game was 72.4% accuracy for them. Our middle game was 82.3, so we were beating them in the middle game as well. And then end game accuracy, theirs was 76, ours was 45.8. So in a weird twist and turn of events, our end game, which usually saves us, ended up being our weakest link. So let's kind of see where that fell short here. Everything is good so far on our end playing black here. Nothing is... Okay, so they want me to kind of retreat there, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so they want me to castle, but I canceled. I eventually did castle right here. And then they made that move. That was a fine move. That was a good move. I was really hoping that they would take the bait here and we could just trade out the pieces, but they didn't go for it. So we were actually winning at this point, which this is like basically the start of the end game, I would say. We were up +1. They said that was fine to trade the queens. So where did we go wrong? Taking the castle, that was fine too. So we messed up somewhere with our pawns here. Okay, they didn't quite like that move. Would have rather me to move the rook up. They were fine with that move right there. Fine with my king. Fine with the king again. Okay, yeah, progressing that pawn. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Because that would have stopped the rook from going to d3 or f3. That also would have stopped the king, too, from coming into the f3 and e3 file because of the pawns here. So I can see that that's an inaccuracy, but it's not the blunder. Okay, this was a mistake. We could have just defended it with our rook. I figured if we did that, though, I figure he probably would have slid back and took our a7 pawn. He kind of waited a long time to do that. That's what I was waiting on. They took on g6. That move was fine. See, this kind of stuff right here, the, I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called. The en passant, that's what it is. When they can do that, I always forget that. Like, if they move 2 squares, if you move your pawn first 2 squares and they're, like, in your zone, they can still take it. So, yeah, I should have just, like, moved it 1. But I don't think about that stuff, because that rarely ever happens. Went there to defend, that was fine. They went there. So this was our blunder. Sorry, this was our blunder right here. Moving our pawn from g6 to g5. Why was this a blunder? Well, I guess just because it opened up a path for their h4 pawn. And if I would have moved my a pawn, it would have gotten it out of hazards. But I didn't think it was an issue because I took back with my king, you know? Like, I knew I could take back with it. That's why I didn't consider it a blunder. They wanted me to bring my king over to f5. That would defend that pawn, keep him out of here, keep him out of there. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. This move right here, I think, actually would have won it for me. Because with this guy here, let's say they go, like, here, right? That's what they're saying they probably would have did. Then I could have went... yeah, I could have went here. I could have checked them. They would have had to retreat, so let's just say they go back to here, right? Then I can do that. They do that. I do that. We have an open line. They would probably bring their rook here, I would guess, to stop that. And then Honestly, I probably would have moved. I probably would have moved my king to e4 to protect it. They would have checked me. I would have gone here. They would have probably checked me again. I would have brought it up here. Or actually, even better, if it'll let me make my move here, even better, I could have just taken this pawn then. They probably at this point, I imagine, would have started to push this pawn. And then we would have pushed our pawn. You know, they would have pushed theirs. Or maybe they would have brought the king back and then we could have promoted. But then they would have just taken it. So, I don't know. Because then they would have just kept going. So, if I can go to that last move, yeah. So, I definitely think me moving the king to f5 probably would have been probably would have given us a win. But it kind of is what it is, you know. I mean, we tried to do what we could, you know, with this setup. We ended up taking. We took like 3 of their queens in this game, dude. Because we ended up taking this one too. That's on the board. We ended up taking like 3 of their queens. Say, but didn't matter. They got the dub. I was actually hoping that I could stall them out long enough that it would go to like, I think the max is like 90 moves or something, and it took 80 moves. So I was actually hoping it would go to a move timeout and then the game would be a draw, but it didn't go that way, unfortunately. So sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we can get the win in episode 32. If we do, we should be back up in the 700s because most of our games are like +8 or -8. So if we do get the +8, that will put us at 702, so we'll be back in the 700s. So yeah, let's hope for that. Again, sorry I didn't get the win, but, you know, that's life. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in episode 32.